the 7th consecutive year, 23-14 winners over the Houston Texans. Hey, everybody. Welcome to this divisional weekend edition of Game Day Highlights. Patrick Claybon here in the NFL LA newsroom, where we just saw Kansas City make it back to the championship game once again. Here to discuss it with me is Brian Baldinger joining us. Now, Baldy from NFL Films. We've seen it so many times. They've done it so many different fashions. Here, the Texans made a push, but they just couldn't survive on offense late and on defense as well.
Well, they did a lot of good things. They ran the ball well, but, you know, the special teams really hurt them, whether it was Fairburn right there, just missing an extra point, missing field goal, having a field goal block, the kickoff return to set up the Chiefs' opening field goal. Defensively, they got after C.J. Stroud. I mean, you just heard Troy Aikman say he got beat up pretty good in this game, sacked 8 times and pressured a whole lot more than that 8 times. And then there was just killer Trav. I mean, there was just too much Travis Kelce in this game where seemingly they didn't pay him a whole lot of attention. He had some big plays. His biggest catch and run of the season for 49 yards, set up the first touchdown of the game. But I mean, he was constantly left open in this game. He still makes people miss, Patrick, like he does right here on Bullock, this free safety, the rookie right there. That set up a touchdown. You see him time and time again after the catch. He had over 50 yards after the catch in this game. And over the middle of the field right here, this set up the Kareem Hunt opening touchdown for the Chiefs. And then his 20th career touchdown catch from Patrick Mahomes right here. He gets a chance for his girlfriend to do a little hugging and a little dancing, a little celebrating there. The Chiefs move on. But they, like they just said on TV, honestly, they do it a lot of different ways. This was a lot of special teams, a lot of defense, and a lot of Travis Kelce. Yeah, and looking back at the start of the season, where, again, still a very, very good tight end during the regular season. But it just wasn't necessarily the Travis Kelce that we're used to see. Then he comes back, and now he has more 100 receiving yards playoff games than anyone in NFL history, including a couple of guys with gold jackets, and one of them being the best football player of all time in Jerry Rice. And we saw that offense have that success. But you mentioned so many times George Karlaftis was in a situation where they needed a great pass rush, and he gave it to them, leading to this Chiefs win, Baldy. He did. He had 3 sacks in the game, Patrick. And really, I mean, it was really a way that they had their tight end, Dalton Schultz, blocking them. They had a scheme where they really used their offensive linemen for guys in the A and B gaps, and they left Schultz one-on-one. And Karlaftis is too good. He's a very powerful kid. He's just gotten better and better since he came out of Purdue. But you watch him in these sacks. He's blocking the tight end is laid off the ball. Dalton Schultz, he's chasing C.J. Stroud down. But all 3 of these second-half sacks are against the tight end. The back tried to chip here a little bit late in the game. But you watch him right here. I mean, you want your tackle on George Karlaftis. You do not want your tight end staying in the block. He's not geared to be able to stop that. And we see there Chris Jones coming off the edge, as he is wont to do in the postseason as well. 8 times C.J. Stroud was sacked. He did a decent job getting away from the pressure, had a nice run as well, but those hits felt like they started to add up on the second-year quarterback, Baldy. Well, I mean, this is A-gap pressure. I mean, when you're in the shotgun, you squeeze that with your guard. That's on Titus Howard, the left guard in that play. You can't let Justin Reed coming free hitter right at C.J. Stroud. He was sacked 52 times during the regular season, Patrick. Now 8 more times here in this playoff game. That's over 60 on the season. And so that's just too many. And some of them are just, their scheme got broken down. But credit Steve Spagnuolo. There's a reason why he's got 4 Super Bowl championships in his back pocket. He's a master. He's a master at getting guys free to the quarterback, breaking down your protection. He does it every single postseason. He did it again here today. And so Spags deserves a lot of the credit here today, getting his guys in position to do what they did. Especially in that second half where Spags' pressure packages really kind of revealed themselves, a lot like the Week 16 win over the Texans by the Chiefs. But the game started, Baldy, with a 63-yard return. If you want to do the thing where we go through the game and add up the points lost and gained on special teams, it equals this Chiefs team going back to the AFC Championship game. Well, they missed a tackle right there, and then they missed another tackle. And so a lot of missed tackles, and you just wonder, All right, is it just jitters, or are you playing on the road? Like, why can't you get him down to the ground? Now, the ball did come out. It was fumbled, and, credit Samaje Perine right here for getting on the ball. Boyd does a good job of getting the ball out. But Samaje Perine, that's what you should do. Now, this is pretty inexplicable. I don't really understand any of that. He was guilty of taking his helmet off and tacking on 15 yards right there. But, Fairburn right here, I mean, this is a 55-yarder. Never had a chance. Now, whether Reed got a fingertip on that or not, that was a bad miss. They missed the extra point right here. I mean, you start adding up these points. There's 3, there's 4 points right there. And then at the end right here, when they know they had to score twice because they were down 9, you missed this field goal right here. And so that's 7 points right there just in the kicking game. That ball's blocked. So 7 points in the kicking game. Reed comes off the edge. That's a bad job by Laramie Tunsil protecting the edge right there. He should know better than that.
And all that leads up, Baldy, to a team that's the underdog on the road with a shot to go to the championship game, outgaining the defending champs by 124 yards and still coming up short. And so an offseason with a lot of questions for the Houston Texans. Of course, for the Kansas City Chiefs, they await the winner of the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills game. Of course, that they'll be able to sit back and watch coming up Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS. As we get a chance to look back at just how the Kansas City Chiefs
hit on that slide. He drew the 15-yard penalty.
Huge moment here. Kareem Hunt on 4th and 1 right at the start of the fourth quarter. Andy Reid goes for it. They convert, and then a couple of plays later, it's 2nd and 2 on the 26. Mahomes, Kelce, what else is new? 18 yards after one of those glacial spin moves that he's had here this postseason. 100-yard game once again. Caitlin Clark up there celebrating with Taylor Swift. Later on 3rd and goal. And then this is just Mahomes magic, Baldy.
I mean, we just see it. We're just used to it. You never get tired of seeing it. He keeps making those plays as he's going to the ground. He finds Kelce, who's just curling open right behind the inside linebacker on the play. And so they kind of ignored him. I mean, there's Al Shire is the linebacker there and just kind of lost track of him, but not Mahomes. Mahomes knew exactly where he was going to be. 20 career postseason touchdown catches for Travis Kelce. Gave him that 8-point lead.
Next Texans possession, they go for it on 4th and 10. It's Dalton Schultz and George Karlaftis again, Baldy.
Well, it's the same thing. You got the tight end on one of the Chiefs' their best edge rusher, which is George Karlaftis. And it's coming to the backside of CJ where all he can do is just try to scramble and get away. He wasn't able to do that. And there it is again, another sack, this one by, Felix Uzama right there. But there again, you get Karlaftis beating Schultz right here on 3rd and 10. They just didn't give themselves any kind of a chance. You want to get your bigs on big. That's ideally what you want in protection.
So they need 2 scores, so they go ahead and kick the field goal, but instead the field goal is blocked. So that's the 2nd missed field goal, 3rd missed kick overall on the day for Fairbairn, as Leo Chanel is able to get a hand on the ball and block that, leading to the Chiefs' 7th straight AFC Championship game win. And yes, a big game from the Greek 5 technique. George Karlaftis goes one-on-one with our own Sarah Walsh.
I'm not sure this ever gets old, but 7 straight trips to the AFC Championship game. How does that sound to this franchise?
It's amazing. We just got to keep going, keep winning the one, and great things will happen. Proud of this whole team, everybody that came out. It's a great feeling right now.
How were you guys able to get after C.J. Stroud in the manner in which you did? 8 sacks on the evening.
We talked about rushing under an umbrella of discipline. Executing the call and playing together, front end and back half playing together, and rushing is one up front. And I think when we do that, we have a pretty good chance of sacking anybody.
You personally had 3 sacks. Talk about the night that you had.
Yeah, the back half did a great job, covering their guys, giving us more time. The middle push, absolutely, with Chris and Turk and Mike and Charles, all goes to them. And so.
Andy Reid says you don't talk about the three-peat. How does this team stay focused on the next task at hand?
Just like you said, we're just focused on the next task at hand. Now, whoever we play next week, that's all we're concerned about now.
Enjoy it. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, George Karlaftis-Baldy said it right there. They're just focused on who they play next week. They're going to do what they did last week and sit back and watch some football. When they watch the Ravens in the Bay, who should the Chiefs want to win?
Well, the Chiefs lost in Buffalo this year, 30-21, back on November 17th. But I think, both teams have familiarity with each other. I think they'd rather see the Bills. They have beaten Buffalo in Kansas City in an AFC Championship game before. They kind of know what Josh Allen is. I think that the tandem right now of Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry could be tough on anybody. And whether it's the Chiefs or whether it's the Bills tomorrow night, I just think that tandem has shown how lethal it can be, and we know that they're not.
Hello, xin chào tất cả các bạn. Mình lại quay lại đây. Video ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tô màu những sản phẩm này đây. Các bạn hãy xem thật kỹ nha. Đây là những sản phẩm mình chưa tô. Những sản phẩm mình tô màu xong thì chắc chắn nó sẽ rất chi là đẹp. Tại vì mình có hộp săn màu này này. Hộp săn màu này của mình. Nó giúp mình tô màu rất chi là đẹp luôn. Và bây giờ các bạn cùng theo dõi mình tô màu những sản phẩm nha. Hẹn gặp lại các bạn.
Benim ciddi bir konu.